So, what if an AI could just hand you the next $1 million idea before you ever write a single line of code? It sounds kind of like science fiction, right? Well, today we're going to dive into a project called Ideaspire that's trying to make that a reality. They're building this AI powered launchpad for new companies, and it's fascinating. This is the one question that every founder, every entrepreneur just obsesses over. You've got the drive, maybe you've got the skills, but what problem out there is actually worth your time? Like, how do you know if you're chasing a game changer or just a total dead end? And here's the brutal, honest truth. You see this stat all the time, right? 90% of startups fail. But why? It's usually not because of bad code or a lazy team. Nope. They fail because they build this beautiful, elegant solution to a problem that nobody actually has. It's just a staggering waste of talent, of money, of pure human energy. Okay, so this is exactly where Ideaspire comes in and just flips that whole script on its head. Instead of you coming up with a solution and then desperately hunting for a problem to solve, what if an AI could do the opposite? What if it could find real, validated, painful problems first, and then turn the entire discovery process into, believe it or not, a game? So let's peel back the first layer of this thing. How does it actually work? Well, the part you see on the surface is, honestly, it's brilliant. It's basically an AI-powered slot machine for business ideas. The whole process looks super simple on the surface, but there's a lot going on underneath. The AI is constantly scanning social media, places like Reddit, basically looking for people complaining. It's hunting for those moments where someone says, I wish there was an app for this, or why doesn't this exist? Then it crunches all that data and spits out 10 brand new business ideas every single day. And for you, the user, you just log in and pull the lever on a virtual slot machine. It completely gamifies what is normally the most boring part of starting a business, market research, and turns it into this fun, addictive little habit. Okay, but that brings up a really important question, right? I mean, anyone can go on Reddit and see people complaining. So how does the AI know the difference between just random online noise and a real urgent problem that people would actually pay to solve? And to answer that, we've got to go a little deeper into the tech. This right here is where the real magic happens. See, underneath that fun slot machine interface, there's this seriously powerful system they call the Insight Engine. And the entire thing is built around one single crucial metric, something they call the pain score. So what is a pain score? It's actually a pretty simple concept. It's just a number from 0 to 10 that measures how badly a group of people wants a problem fixed. A low score, like a 1 or a 2, that's a minor annoyance. But a high score, like an 8, 9, or 10, that signals that people are practically screaming for a solution. It's a way to put a number on market desperation. And the engine has this really clever 4-step process for figuring this out. First, it scans social media for keywords that signal a need. Then it analyzes the actual language, the sentiment, the emotion behind the words. Step 3, it assigns that pain score based on just how intense that emotion is. And only then, after all that validation, does it generate a business idea to solve that specific problem. So every idea you see isn't just a random thought. It's anchored to a real, quantifiable human problem from the get-go. Yeah, this quote from their own project docs really nails it. The stronger the negative emotion, the more urgent the need for a solution. The AI isn't just looking for problems, it's looking for pain. Because at the end of the day, strong emotion is the best indicator you've got that a market is ready and willing to open up their wallets. Okay, so the AI is great at finding validated ideas. Awesome. But an idea, no matter how good, is worthless if there's no one to build it and no one to fund it, right? And that brings us to the next piece of the Ideaspire puzzle, building a whole ecosystem around these ideas. The whole platform is designed for 2 different types of users. On one side, you have the founders. These are the builders, the people who are looking for that killer AI-vetted idea to run with. And on the other side, you have the backers. These are the people with capital who want to browse through these high-potential ideas and support the ones they think will win. It's basically a 2-sided marketplace for innovation, connecting the ideas with the builders and the money. And the way they make money on the founder side is pretty straightforward. It's a classic subscription model. You've got a free tier that lets you get a taste, 1 reveal a day. But if you want to get serious, the paid tiers give you more spins and, crucially, they unlock the ability to mint an idea. And minting is just their way of saying you can officially claim ownership of that idea on the platform. But as we're about to see, this simple subscription plan is really just the tip of the iceberg.
Because here's the thing. Right now, Ideaspire looks like a really smart SaaS tool, right? But that's not the end game, not even close. Their long-term vision is way, way bigger. They want to build a fully decentralized, community-owned launchpad for startups.
And you can see this ambition laid out right in their roadmap. Years 1 and 2, it's all about nailing the core product, making that AI validation engine even smarter. But then, in years 2 to 3, they plan to make this massive leap into Web 3. We're talking smart contracts, DAOs, the whole shebang. The ultimate goal? To become a massive global network for innovation.
And remember that minting feature we talked about? This is where it gets really interesting. The plan is to use NFTs to represent the ownership of an idea. Now, I know what you might be thinking, but this isn't just for hype. Using an NFT creates a public, verifiable record of who owns the idea, and it's not controlled by Ideaspire or any single company. That single piece of technology is the foundation for creating totally new, community-driven ways to fund and launch these startups.
And just to give you a sense of the scale they're thinking about, their goal is to help deploy over $10 billion in capital to the startups that get their start in this ecosystem. That's a huge number. So a $10 billion vision is, well, it's a huge vision. But how do you even start on a path that big? For the Ideaspire team, the answer is to bring it all back down to a very concrete, very immediate first step: winning a hackathon. They're not just entering any hackathon. They're specifically targeting the Solana X402 hackathon. And this isn't about bragging rights or even the prize money. It's a really strategic move to build out a fundamental piece of that decentralized future they're dreaming of. So here's why this specific hackathon is such a big deal for them. Right now, their AI insight engine can only look at free public data on the internet. But if they successfully integrate this protocol called X402, they can create AI agents that can autonomously pay for access to premium data. We're talking tiny micropayments to unlock market research reports, tap into private APIs, stuff that's currently behind a paywall. This would basically be like giving their pain score engine a massive upgrade, making its validation way, way more powerful. So, there you have it. That's Ideaspire. It's a project that starts with a simple, gamified app, but its vision stretches all the way to a decentralized, AI-driven economy for creating new businesses. And it leaves you with a pretty wild thought, doesn't it? The real question isn't just, can they actually build all this? It's, are we looking at the very beginning of a future where the next billion-dollar company isn't dreamed up in a garage, but is actually discovered by an AI?